What's going on, amigos? Back in the garage with another video for you. The folks over at Rabaconda, our friends, hooked us up with their new balancer, and it couldn't have come at a more perfect time because the tracer needs some new skins on her. So I just went ahead and yanked the front tire off. I'll show you right now. And I'm just waiting for the boys to get here so we can show you what this balancer is all about. Stay tuned. Alright, so like I said before, we're going to swap out the tire on the tracer using our Rabaconda we've had forever. We love it. That way we can try out the new balancer because this bike needs new tires anyway. So I already went ahead and dismounted it, and then I broke the bead off camera on one side of the tire, so I'm just going to go through the steps. We do have a video on how to use this whole thing already. We'll link it above, and we'll go from there. So, just going to break the bead all the way around. The bead on the other side. There we go. There we go. And we just pop the tire right off. Like so. Up to the other side. Okay. Just like that. Tire is off. All right. Now that I caught my breath a little bit, I've had the new tire here, nice Michelin Road 6, sitting on the hood. Getting the rubber warm. We learned trying to do tires in the winter is a huge step of it. So I just threw it out here on the hood of my Jeep just to warm up in the sunlight. Like I said, again, it's hot. So this tire is actually hot to the touch. So hopefully it'll help get it on. All right, so I got to figure out the direction. I wrote it down. I wrote it down before I took off. I wrote it on one side, so it spins that way. So we want to go the same way, that way. So now I just got to lube this tire up. We'll get it on. I've had these tires a while now. I've been meaning to get these on, but it's been a lighter riding year for us. A lot of stuff going on, so we haven't done nearly as many miles as we have done in the past and as many videos. We're going to slap this tire on. Look at that. And it's on. Now I just got to fill it with air. But I got the tire on, the new one. Used a lot of tire lube. Muscled the first side on. Second side went on actually real easy. I wish I had the camera rolling for that. But we're on. Now I'm going to fill it with air, and then we'll show you the real important piece of this video, the Rabaconda Balancer that they just hooked us up with. So,
all right, now that we got this set up, it's definitely clear to see where Rabaconda did their homework and just put in some nice features. One of the first things I noticed, because we do have a cheaper version of this that we started with, and it's the spindle that you work off always likes to kick off. So by taking the extra machining process, Rabaconda here made this little groove so it rides nice in the bearings. Same thing on this side. And as you can see, they add the third bearing, so if this was mounted horizontally, as you see, this hangs off the wall mount. Well, it's not really a good picture here, but I think you guys get the idea. You hang this on the wall, like so, and then the mount would hook there, so this would then be horizontal off the wall, which we'll probably end up doing at my house. So, super simple to put together, just screws there, but yeah, they thought of all the little things. Just nice quality stainless bearings, just heavier weight and everything, nice, 1/8 inch thick plate. Probably the best feature is, so you still have to use an Allen wrench for your rough setting of these tapered pieces to set in your wheel bearing, but once you get it close, you see on this side you can fine tune because this is threaded here, so you can back this off to loosen and tighten without having to do the set screw every time, to kind of just get the right snug fit in your wheel bearings on any wheel and tire. So I'm going to hand it over to Bobby. He's going to talk more about the actual balancing process, and we'll show you guys how you go about this. Oh, the last thing they threw in, wasn't sure what this was when I pulled it out of the bag, but this is for removing your old wheel weights off your wheel without marring up your rim. Nice little tool to have.
All right, amigos. Well, we're back. We finally got the weights that we were missing yesterday. So now I'm going to actually go ahead and balance this tire. I installed the new tire on the rim. I left the old weights on for now just to see what would happen. It's actually pretty close. But basically the way I do this, and I know there's a million different ways and a million different theories, and there's hundreds of YouTube videos on how to do this properly. But my quick and easy way is basically if there's a heavy point in the wheel, that's always going to end up at the bottom. So what I do is I give it a spin, see where it ends up. I do that multiple times, mark it with some blue painter's tape or some tape that's not going to damage the tire or wheel. That's how I know where my heavy spot is. And then I put weights across from that in incremental value with each one until I get it to the point where the weight or typically the valve stem, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the valve stem right here, typically that's your heaviest point, but not always. And what I like to do is get the weights across from the heaviest point. That way it balances out. So that way I could take that heaviest spot, put it here at 90 or on the opposite side, and it should stay. That's how I know it's balanced. It's what I've done. It's quick, easy, dirty, but it works. It works for me. So, and I'm sure, if there's things that other people want to suggest, throw them in the comments below. But I'm going to do this now. First thing I got to do is pop off the old weights, and we'll figure out where the heaviest point is. And this that they sent us is awesome. To pry off the weights without damaging the rim. There's one. And there's two. Yeah, so it looks like they had 10 ounces on from the factory. This is my first tire change. These ones are a little bit lighter. I can't even read these. These are Amazon weights. And they're black. It's kind of funny that this is a black wheel from Yamaha and they put silver weights on it, so I'm going to put black on it this time. All right, but we'll see where the heaviest point is and let that obviously fall to the bottom, and then we'll mark across from it because that's where our weights are going to go. And just as I predicted, the valve stem appears to be the spot that's landing on the bottom here. So we'll try that a couple times just to make sure. Real nice bearings on this balancer. And I like that there's three, so like Devin said, you can wall mount this if you want. We're not going to, just because we're not changing tires that often. We can set this up when we need it, but once again, valve stem landed on the bottom. So across from the valve stem is where we're going to go for the weights. But what I like to do is don't peel the back of the weight off yet. Tape the weight on there. So that way you can get the right amount of weights first. Just by taping them like painter's tape or something on the opposite side, and then you'll know what you need, and then you can stick them, make them more aesthetically pleasing where you stick them. And of course, why would I have painter's tape ready to go? Obviously make sure you have a nice clean spot on the wheel that's not dirty. Alright, so that's one weight. Still not enough. As you can see, it goes right back down to the valve stem. But we'll let it settle on its own. This is why quality bearings are important. Because you want the wheel to be telling you and not the balancer telling you where to put the weights. And it looks like we're going to be about just about 4 inches from where the old weights were. So I told you it was close, which is a good sign. Not enough weight. There was 2 on there originally. Let's go with 2 here. Oops, don't do that. I dropped it. And since my garage floor is dirty, the adhesive probably just got dirty, so I'll get that after. I'll just grab another one. Okay, there's 2 weights. Now let's see. That's very, very close. It barely moved. So it's probably a little less than 2 weights is what it needs, but I'm not going to go ahead and that's very close. So now, as you can see, the way this works is the valve stem was the heaviest before, so it would drop to the valve stem on the bottom every time. Now I can get the valve stem to balance perfectly out at 90 degrees from where it originally was, and that tells me that I've got a good balance. I should be able to do the same thing on the opposite side. Let's see, it moved a little, but it's coming right back. So it's you could probably fine tune that in by a smaller weight if you wanted to. Like, I know Tony in the past has cut weights in half to get it perfect. I'm not going to go that far today. That's close enough for me. So now we just got to move on to the rear. Absolutely loving the Rabaconda tire balancer. Big step up from our old one. Our old one was from some just generic Amazon balancer, and this thing, you can tell, is leaps and bounds quality above that. It's a little bit more money, but it's worth the extra money. So, all right, that one's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and slap this one back on the bike, take the rear tire off, change that tire out, and we'll balance that one, and we'll be good to go down the road. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions on the Rabaconda tire changer, let us know down below. We'll be happy to answer for you. And yeah, so if you're in the market, take a look at this one.